Hello, welcome to MegaQuest. In this video, we'll be walking you through how you can create your own MegaQuest projects so that you can conduct in-depth research interviews at scale. So to get started, if it's your first time on the platform, you simply go to sign up from the landing page, megaquest.io. And here I'm just going to sign up with Google. Once that's done, I should be granted access to this interface. So once you have signed up on MegaQuest, your process to creating a new project, or what we call a quest, starts with this button right here in the middle of your screen, bright and shiny button. So you click on Create Quest. Now it brings up this dialog box that you have to just fill out. It's a form that you use to just initiate your quest creation. So I'm going to type in a quest title here where it says quest title. So I'm going to say something along the lines of health concerns in Ghana. I'm going to pick English as the quest language. I'm going to set what quest type it is. So I'm going to call this general market research. Then I'm going to pick a quest voice. I'm going to pick Liam. And here I will type in the quest end goal. Then I will proceed to quest description. So quest description, unlike quest end goal, will actually be visible to respondents. So I'll leave it at this. Then I'll proceed to click Create Quest. The engine is going to now take all of my information and store it, then take me to this interface where I now set the questions that I want to include in this interview. So to get started, I will simply have to tap on a question type, which is on the left panel. So here I'm going to say I want a paragraph type of question. So this is question 1. I'm going to set it as required. And I'm going to type in the question here. So here I'm going to say something like, what is your name? So this is all I want to ask. The next, I'm going to say, let's say a multi-choice type of question. So here I'm going to ask, what is your blood group? I also set this as required. Now, for multiple choice, I will have to click to add the options. When I click there, I will add in options like blood group A. I'll add in another option that says maybe blood group B. I'll do blood group O, etc. So I'm just using this to demonstrate. I can also do other, please specify, so that that's included in the options. Once I am done listing out my questions, I'll just read through, make sure everything is in the order that I want it to appear. I can actually drag questions around. So if I decide that I want to ask this question first instead of the other one, I can drag that around. This is how you collapse the questions. All right. Next, we will proceed to publishing our quest to respondents so that they can now give us their responses. So to do that, I'll just click Save Changes. Once that's done, I will proceed to publish. So my quest is now active. All I will have to do is copy this link and distribute that link to respondents. Okay, so that's how you create a quest within MegaQuest. When you want to share your quest with your respondents so that they give you responses, you simply copy the link we generated when you created your quest. Again, you can simply come here to copy that link. So you copy and you distribute the link to your respondents. On their end, this is what they will see in their web browsers, either on their computer or on their mobile devices. So first thing, they will have to enable their browser to grant location access to MegaQuest. So here we'll click allow. And here you can see what the quest itself looks like on the respondent's end. So here we see the quest title that we type. We have the quest description here. So here we're going to dive into the interview. By default, MegaQuest will come with 2 questions, one introducing the quest and another asking for the respondent's email address. So let's have a listen.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm MegaQuest AI, and I'm here to walk you through the interview tagged Health Concerns in Ghana. Let's get started. What is your email address? What is your name?
So here we see the interview itself gets conducted by voice, and because the first question was a paragraph type question, I have the option to respond with my voice as a respondent. So here I'm going to speak my answer. I'll click don't show this again. When I click to record, it's going to ask me to grant my browser microphone access, which I will do. And so here I will respond by saying my name is Francis.
What is your blood group?
And here we see that second question, which is about blood group. And here I'll select B and click enter. And that should bring me to the end of this short interview. So you can decide to use this to conduct both quantitative or qualitative research. So this is how you share your quest with respondents, and this is how respondents will share their responses with you. So once I've copied the link and I've distributed, I can go back home. So when we go back home, we see that our dashboard has updated and it now contains the quest that we just created on the left here. And on the right, we see details about the responses that have come in to this specific quest. I can toggle this on and off by clicking on the quest card. And here we see that there's only one response, which is me. But if you had distributed this quest to say 100, 200 people and they respond, you would see that this number would reflect the number of people who have responded. Total participation shows you how many people have started. Completed shows you how many people have completed. Here we see total response time, which is how long it takes your respondents to respond to your interview. In this case, it took me 54 seconds to respond to this specific quest. We can see the countries where our respondents are coming from, and we can see the description of this specific quest. Now, we can dive into the quest to now see details about the responses that have come in. So here we see that there were 2 questions. One person has participated, and that one person has also completed. That was me. It gives you the completion rate here. It also shows you the distribution of your responses. So here, if you have respondents across different countries, you will see their location distribution here, as well as over here on the right side of the screen. When you scroll down, you see the questions that you asked. And when you click on the questions that you asked, you get to see the responses that came in to that specific question. So here we see that my response, which came in as audio, was automatically transcribed for me. And here we see that the response type here came in as audio. If I had typed in my response type here would show text. And here we see the sentiment of this response. In this case, it's neither positive nor negative. This is simply my name. And so sentiment gauge here is telling us that this response is neutral. You will have this kind of analysis and transcription on all the responses that come in to each of your questions. And so if you had 100, 200 respondents speaking at the same time in their different locations, you will have 200 response transcripts automatically populated into your account alongside their respondents' sentiment gauge. Now, below, because this was an open-ended question, you will see word cloud generated. This word cloud is based off the response that came in here. So word cloud will take all the responses from all your respondents and will show you what are the most common words that you see in the question responses that you got. analysis summary here gives you an overview of all the responses that came in to a specific question. So if you had, again, maybe 200 responses, you wouldn't have to read through each one to understand what the data was saying. Here, you just get an analysis summary, quick, straight to the point, and this is very helpful with helping you make sense of your data before maybe you even dive in to do more complex analyses. On the responses and analytics tab as well, you have the option of downloading your data as a CSV. So when I click here, I will get my data downloaded as a CSV file, which I can open and explore offline. The next part of the MegaQuest experience is the data queries. So here I will click into data queries, and in the data queries engine, I am able to ask MegaQuest's conversational engine, which is Kara, any question that has to do with the responses that I have just gathered. So again, let's say I had gotten responses from 100 people, 200 people, and I have a specific question that I want to ask that is not captured by the basic responses and analytics section of MegaQuest. I can simply come to data queries and ask Kara the exact question that I want answered. So here I'm going to ask Kara, what is the blood group most common among respondents? In this case, it's just one response that has come in, but if there were 200, 2000, we wouldn't know. So here we see Kara coming back to respond and say that the most common blood group among respondents is group B. Now, just to demonstrate the other features of the data queries engine, I will be switching into a different account that has a little bit more responses so that we can get to see some of the advanced features of the data queries engine. So here I am in another account of mine, and here I have this particular quest, which is about understanding user experience. Here we see we have some data that has come in, and so I'm going to proceed to see full quest results. Next, the data queries feature can just say, hi Kara, can you run an analysis on all responses that came into question 4 of this quest? So it's a simple chat interface, and when you ask that question, Kara will take some time to just process everything. And here we see she's gone through all the responses that have come in, and here we see detailed analyses of the responses that came in. In this case, it was a question, quantitative question about satisfaction. And here we see the rating distribution of the responses. So we've seen here that 2 people gave it a 10 out of 10 rating, and 2 people gave it a 9 out of 10 rating, so on and so forth. Kara is able to go through all the responses that have come in and answer questions that you have based on the data. Kara is also able to generate plots on demand using text input. So here I'm going to say, plot me a pie chart of the responses to that question. And here you can see Kara generates the pie chart version of this specific rating distribution. And in a nutshell, this is how you use MegaQuest. If you do run into bugs, feel free to use the bug report feature here, and you will have the opportunity to issue your complaint. So thank you for using MegaQuest. We look forward to the amazing projects that you will be building. Please reach out to us if you have any questions whatsoever. We will be on standby to make sure that your projects go seamlessly. Cheers.